In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can become more attractive. Before we begin though, it goes without saying that grooming and hygiene are pretty important, and I'm assuming that you've already got that covered. If not, you need to fix that first. This video is not about how to become more good looking. That is an entirely different issue altogether. For that, the instructions are pretty simple. Work out, have a good diet, and dress well. But I'm sure you must have met some people who look amazing but just have boring personalities, so you end up not being attracted to them. In this video, I'm going to talk about the stuff that goes on inside, the mindset that can make you an attractive person. So the first step, and by far the most important tip that will make everything else work, is that you have to just own who you are. I know this sounds like a cliche, but I'm going to go a level deeper here. Always remember this. People don't want a perfect person, they want a person who is perfectly fine with himself. It is all about the conviction that you have in yourself. Believe me, all the negative self-talk you have about yourself isn't going to fix anything for you. Have you ever noticed that celebrities wear the weirdest kinds of clothes and suddenly everyone starts wearing them and it becomes a fashion statement? That's because they own who they are to such an extreme level that everyone around them begins to feel like they're missing out on something. Now, I'm not telling you to not change and stay where you are. That would be bad for you because staying stagnant and boring is the opposite of becoming attractive. But what I am telling you to do is not be ashamed of where you are right now, because only when you can accept where you are now, you will be able to get where you want to be. Now the next step is to be passionate about something. Having a cause or a purpose in your life makes you instantly more attractive than everyone else because it shows that you have a depth to who you are. Let's say there's a guy where all he does is obsess about his looks, and then there is a guy who is actually really passionate about music and is writing really meaningful songs. Who would you like to have a conversation with? Being passionate about something makes you interesting. It also gives you something to talk about. Now, you shouldn't be ashamed of what you're passionate about. If, for example, you're passionate about video games, then don't try to hide it because it doesn't look attractive. Go back to the first point and learn how to own it. What you need to know, however, is to know how to communicate that passion to people. So don't go off on tangents that other people will not be interested in. Learn how to balance a conversation between what you're interested in and what the other person is interested in. And if you don't have something you're passionate about, follow tip number 3, which is have a fun hobby. Having something you do outside of school or work that you actually enjoy is very important. This will not only make you more attractive, but also make your life more fun and enjoyable. And if you really don't know where to start, just take my word for it and learn to play the guitar. Musical instruments are the best to pick up because they're traditionally seen as more attractive, but you can pretty much join any kind of class to learn something. You could learn how to paint, mixed martial arts, photography, etc. Knowing stuff outside your work makes a well-rounded person, and in turn makes you more attractive, which brings me to my next point. Know a lot of things and be well informed. No, I'm not telling you to become Mr. Know-It-All who cannot go 1 minute without dispensing a random fact or trivia. What I am telling you though is that ignorance is unattractive. If you don't know what's going on in the world, then you risk looking like a fool. You don't have to pick up the encyclopedia, but there are people nowadays who don't even know things about basic physics. Learn new things and be curious about the world. That makes you attractive, and even if it didn't, it just helps knowing and learning new stuff because you never know when you're going to need something. The next tip is don't be a people pleaser. Don't be the guy or the girl who agrees with everything the other person says. Don't always say yes to the other person. Think for yourself. Don't always say yes. Nobody likes someone who is spineless and can be pushed around. You need to have a personality. If you try to be all the colors of the rainbow all at once, then you're going to end up having no color at all. The next step is to speak slowly and clearly. I cannot tell you how many people who are otherwise attractive become unattractive simply because of the way they talk. You have to learn how to communicate with people in an attractive way. There are a few simple tips that can help you do that. The first thing is that you need to breathe properly. Take a deep breath right now. Did your shoulders rise up? If they did, then you're not breathing properly. When you breathe deeply, your stomach should expand and your shoulders should stay where they are. This allows your lungs to completely fill up with air, which means that you won't be short of breath while you talk. Always speak slowly and clearly. If you speak too fast, it's very unattractive because the other person will not be able to understand what you're saying. Make sure that you're speaking with enough volume and the other person can hear you. The last thing I'd like to encourage you to do is to ask other people for their feedback. It's that simple. Just let them know that you're looking to improve yourself and you won't take offense to anything they say. Ask your family and friends about the things that they think that can make you a more attractive person. Now, of course, you don't have to pay attention to everything they say because a lot of this stuff is subjective. But if you ask 10 people and 8 of them say you should probably get a haircut, well, guess what? You need a haircut. I just want you to remember that not everyone is going to find you attractive, and that's perfectly okay. You don't find every person you meet in your life attractive, so why would you expect the same from other people? Just work on improving yourself, and once your self-confidence begins to increase, you will surely become more attractive. That's all for this video. I hope you learned something new in this video, and if you did, then please click the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.